Welcome back to my attempt to beat 3 hard AI opponents by over 500,000 fans with a roster of nothing but local talent, aka jobbers. Oh, and we're playing on all of the hardest difficulty settings as well. Last week was pretty crazy, and we start the week with only a 116,000 fan lead, but that is just one of the things on the mind of fans right now. Will Jerry Hattrick be able to recover from his first ever singles defeat, and the first time he's ever been pinned? Will Silence continue to build on his surge in popularity after last week's tag team win alongside Dante Roberts? I was hoping this week might be a bit more simple, but I was in for a bit of a shock as soon as it got started. Now, you might not remember this, but way back at the start of Season 2, during the drafting process, I said it would turn out to be an accidental masterstroke that I decided to only draft the cheapest wrestlers in order to save money. This week, we get the first taste of exactly why this was genius. I wouldn't be in total chaos, yet, but this week would turn out to be the start of my financial demise. And it's another reason why Season 2 of this challenge is way harder than I could have ever imagined when I was planning it at the start. Trixie Gambit, our most popular superstar and title holder in both singles and tag team, had her contract expiring. She tells me that she'd be interested in staying, and that's a relief, but the cost would be $79,000. In Season 1, these costs tended to be around $7,000 or maybe $4,500 or something like that, but no, this contract will cost $79,000 to renew, and we have a lot of jobbers on short-term contracts. In fact, almost our entire roster is made up of non-permanent signings. This adds a tricky new element to this. However, I obviously couldn't say no to this contract extension. 100 popularity, 73 stamina, 2 belts, and currently $547,000 in the bank. I agreed to the renewal, and both parties and the fans were delighted. Financially though, things continued to get worse from here. Chuck McWagon, who Triton seemingly accurately described as a crybaby bitch last week, came to tell me that working for NXT has been a complete joke. He said I humiliated him by keeping him on a losing streak, and that the only way he'd stay was if I paid him a $100,000 bonus. If you're wondering about the losing streak he's referring to that I supposedly put him on, last week he did a self-promo and gained 3 popularity. The week before that, he won the vacant tag team title alongside Stacked McSlacks at the SummerSlam PLE, and he didn't appear in the injury hit week 4 before that, so I really did try to help him. He hasn't lost in a while. I've always tended to give in to requests like this for the bonuses just because it makes the challenges a little easier, and it does make this an awkward situation because he's a tag team holder. I don't want to disturb a rising star of NXT, Stacked McSlacks, too much, but money is a concern for me at this point after seeing how much Trixie's renewal cost, and frankly, I've had enough of Chuck McWagon and his moaning. So you know what? No, you're not getting a bonus. I decline, we say our immediate goodbyes, and Chuck's agent tears up his contract there and then. So that was it. Chuck was gone. For the sake of my bank balance and knowing how tight things get in a couple of weeks' time, I think this ended up being another masterstroke, and at least it was intentional this time. Stacked McSlacks is absolutely furious. Trust me, I didn't want to get on the wrong side of this bad boy, but his tag team belt has now immediately been vacated. Stacked McSlacks is no longer a title holder. To make matters worse for Stacked, he doesn't even have a suitable partner to challenge again for the title anytime soon. In a stroke of good luck for Jerry Hattrick and perhaps to give him the chance to redeem himself, he's going to be given the chance to go for the Triple Crown again. He briefly held it in Season 1, and now, teaming up with Triton again, who he supposedly has good chemistry with, according to Triton at least, he will fight for the vacant men's tag team title against Silence and Dante Roberts tonight. There's going to be an all-out war taking place for the men's tag team belt this week. Silence and Dante Roberts were looking immense last time we saw them. Will Jerry be able to recover from back-to-back defeats to pick up the Triple Crown, or will he do the unthinkable and lose again to make it 3 losses in a row? We start this evening by teaming up with the new half of Hell to Pay against Precious Silver and Maya T. Kirk. Last week, these 4 had to put alliances to one side to face off in a fatal 4-way, and I wanted to make sure that they were rewarded for their strong showing by getting to line up alongside their favoured teammates again. This would be a TLC match. Sammy George is actually unbeaten this season so far with a 3-0 record. Will she continue her winning streak in this match? She won the fatal 4-way TLC last week, and is she going to do it again here? She is! Sammy George continues her unbelievable start to life at NXT, piling the misery onto Precious Silver and Maya T. Kirk, who lose yet again. It's a 3.5 star match, a decent start to our evening. Oh no, Stacked McSlacks then makes his way to the ring to grab the microphone. the fans waited in anticipation of the angry words that were about to come out of his mouth. He said that NXT might have stripped him of his tag team title, but he doesn't care, because he doesn't need a teammate to prove that he is the man. And he wants to take on the fan favourite Jackson Smooth in a tables match next week, and threatens to injure him again. That's out of order. Jackson worked so hard through injury rehab to recover from his broken neck, back, tibia, fibia, and pinky finger. Jackson rises to the challenge though. It's now a level 3 rivalry, and they'll be facing each other next week when it'll be more than just a war of words taking place. In the second match of the evening, we have two established stars that need to hit reset a little bit. Ali Brawler, who's seen shock defeats at the hands of Jody Garcia recently, but continues to thrive in the tag team scene and holds the tag team belt, faces Penelope Perfect, who's been dethroned as Queen of NXT and is looking a little lost right now. Tyler Breeze clearly has ideas of a Penelope comeback arc and interferes on her behalf. The two female stars develop a rivalry and it's rated as a 3-star match, but Ali won't be happy about that interference, I'm sure. Penelope might be a babyface, but she's certainly a love her or hate her character with some of the tricks that she pulls out. Jackson Smooth then makes his way to the ring. Is he going to be responding to Stacked McSlacks? No, he's got far too much class for that. He's here to raise money on behalf of the Diamond Lobby Wrestling charity, pleading with fans to hit the subscribe button. That's so nice of you, Jackson. You're my hero. The fans rate it as a good promo. Of course they would. It's Jackson Smooth. The next match is a fatal 4-way with some interesting stars involved. The first out, Jerry Sweat, who's been looking impressive since rising through the amateur ranks, and his rival, the stinky Bobby Marquis. The final 2 stars out, looking to show what they can do against 3 other opponents, is Cash Suplex and Kyle Slickman, as he looks to fine-tune his skills before his world title shot in just a few weeks' time. But it wasn't Kyle who won it, nor Cash Suplex. It was Jerry Sweat who went over, pinning Kyle Slickman, proving he can come out with a victory even against some top stars. His rivalry grows with Bobby Marquis, and they both now won a fatal 4-way this season. It was a 3-star match. This is a pretty good show for our challenge so far. Lots of diversity and some good match ratings too, but we need to keep it up, and it would all come down to our exciting main event. Would it deliver on the hype? But before that took place, the women's champ Trixie Gambit grabbed the mic and called out someone totally unexpected. Cora Cutt? She's not even part of NXT this season. Cora appeared 13 times for us in season 1 and finished with a winning record. She's a former title holder. Is she going to be rejoining the roster? Trixie says she wants to face her next week and tries to offend her by saying that her new look in 2K23 is terrible compared to 2K22 and is worse than when Chavo Guerrero turned into Kerwin White. I guess we'll have to wait and see if this one goes anywhere. It was now time for the vacant men's tag team title to be on the line again in an Extreme Rules match. Triton and Jerry Hattrick look to bring the belt home for the fan favourite faces. Silence, who begins the psychological warfare by pretending to run his mouth on the way to the ring. We know there's no words coming out, Silence. And Dante Roberts, his teammate this evening, are both looking to prove that they can upset the fans and take the title back to the side of the heels. Both of these teams are rumoured to have electric chemistry, and we're going to find out in this packed out arena. Who is going to win the title? Well, Jerry Hattrick immediately slams Silence to the floor, but Dante Roberts then does exactly the same to Jerry Hattrick. This already looks like it's going to be a special match. Dante flips off the top rope onto Jerry, but Triton gets Silence in a bear hug. He's known in his family for his affectionate cuddles, but this one just looks painful. Jerry and Triton are starting to tire, but Silence and Dante are getting beaten up. This one is an extremely even contest and could go either way. Silence hits Jerry with a triple suplex and goes for the pin. 1, 2, no, just a 2 count. But Silence then goes for the face paint remover. We've seen many stars succumb to this pain. Is Jerry going to tap for the first time ever? No! He gets out of it and reverses. But Silence takes Jerry down again, and Triton is out cold outside the ring. Is this finally going to be it? 1, 2, 3. Jerry gets pinned again. Silence silences the Jerry fans and finally picks up a title like he's been tipped to for a long time. Him and Dante looked a force to be reckoned with tonight. This match was rated as a 4-star amazing match. The tag team chemistry between both teams has seemingly been proven, and the fans go home happy with the performance even if they're disappointed in the outcome. Fans have got to be wondering, are we witnessing the downfall of the legend Jerry Hattrick? Is age finally getting the better of him? That's 3 straight defeats for the champ. Overall, this was a good week for us in our challenge. We managed to gain 52,300 fans. It seems like we're certainly not missing Chuck McWagon right now, but what would our rival SmackDown gain? 55,500? Where did that come from? I thought we were guaranteed to win that week. We comfortably beat NXT 2.0 and Raw, but we might have to change our plan from here on out. I've been targeting Raw and Mick Foley with my power cards, mostly through spite, but we'll have to target Kurt Angle and SmackDown if I'm going to get anywhere near a 500,000 fan victory this season. I've had my fun attacking Mick Foley. It's time to start hitting Kurt where it hurts.